Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to another Faith Friday. Today we're going to be talking about dealing with disappointment when things are not going right. I've had to cancel my wedding and I was actually quite sad that we had to cancel it. It was just so annoying. You plan, you prepare, you do all these things. You book flights, you plan to travel, you plan on going on holiday, and everything just it's so easy to go insane. We're going to be talking about Paul and Silas in jail. This is taken from Acts 16 to 38. This is a long one, so I think I'm going to split it in two, or I'll try and go through it very quickly. Once, whilst we were going to the place for a prayer, a servant girl met us. She had a special spirit in her, and she earned a lot of money for her owners by telling fortunes. This girl followed Paul and us, shouting, "These men are servants of the Most High God. They are telling you how you can be saved." She kept this up for many days. This bothered Paul, so he turned and said to the spirit, "By the power of Jesus Christ, I command you to come out of her." Immediately the spirit came out. When the owners of the servant girl saw this, they knew that now they would not be able to use her to make money. So they grabbed Paul and Silas. Hold up. Something just came to my head, right? This whole little section here just shows me that people will happily use your problems, your downfalls for their own gain. It's mad. You have a girl here, possessed or whatever, demon possessed. She's not herself. She's not normal. They're using her to get money from her because she's telling people, telling fortunes, predicting the future or whatever, I don't know. And her owners are making money out of her. But this is not her. The girl was following them around, being annoying. And he said, "You know what? Get out of her. Get out of her by the power of Jesus." And she's now back to normal. She's now healthy. She's got her mind. And her owners are now annoyed because they can't use her to get money. Where do we go from here? People will legit use you for whatever they can get from you. And when you are healthy, when you're back to normal, when you're doing you, when you're doing well for yourself, they get mad. Let's continue. So they grabbed Paul and Silas and dragged them before the city rulers in the marketplace. They brought Paul and Silas to the Roman rulers and said, "These men are Jews and are making trouble in our city. They are teaching things that are not right for us Romans to do." The crowd joined the attack against them. The Roman officers tore the clothes of Paul and Silas and had beaten them with rods. Then Paul and Silas were thrown into jail, and the jailer was ordered to guard them carefully. When they heard this order, he put them far inside the jail and pinned their feet down between large blocks of wood. I don't understand. Because of something good they've done, because they've helped somebody, someone else gets annoyed because they cannot now use that person for their own profit, and now it's caused them to go to jail. I don't get it. They did something amazing, they did something nice, and they got pinned inside jail. It says here, they were far inside the jail and pinned their feet down between large blocks of wood. You would have thought they would have killed somebody for them to be getting that type of treatment. People are wild. Let's continue. Verse 25 says, "About midnight, Paul and Silas were praying and singing songs to God as the other prisoners listened." Now, in terms of keeping sane, you don't even deserve to be in prison. There's no rationale for why you're in prison. We're in a situation where plans are messed up. Their plans were clearly messed up because they were going somewhere. Their plans are messed up. My wedding's been cancelled. So many things have just not gone to plan. And they're right there. I admire them. They, at midnight, Paul and Silas were praying and singing songs to God as the other prisoners listened. I don't know about you, but when I think about prison, from what I see in TV, the new guys don't get treated nicely, nor do they get listened to. This is just my assumption. They're praying and singing songs to God, and the other prisoners are listening. When you're doing something out of the norm, out of the usual, people have no other option but to listen to you. From what I'm gathering here, the way they're dealing with this situation, the way they are dealing with being in prison, they're praying and singing songs to God. They're praising Him. They're talking to Him. They're communicating with Him. Right now, their focus isn't on their situation. Their focus is on God. Their focus is on their source. I think about this. The only reason why they were able to do this is because they knew God. If you don't know your source or where you get your strength from, if you don't have your own hope, where you get your strength to live from, if I went to prison for helping somebody, I don't know what I'll do. Thinking about this, it's like we're all in prison right now, but all in prison for something we didn't do. Verse 26 says, suddenly there was a strong earthquake that shook the foundation of the jail. Then all the doors of the jail broke open and all the prisoners were freed from their chains. When you've got your focus, when you're connected, impossible things happen. This pandemic has harassed us, it's ruined our plans. If we focus on that, we're gonna go mad. We're gonna go mental. Sorry guys, my phone literally cut out whilst it stopped recording. I'm gonna run through this story really quickly. But after everything happened, the jailer was about to kill himself because he saw that the doors were open. When fear takes over, you think irrationally. Immediately, fear feels this guy. The jailer's thinking, rah, everyone's escaped. I'm gonna die. I'm scared. Let me kill myself because it's better for me to kill myself than other people to kill me. After this, the jailer ended up believing in God, took Paul and Silas home with them, dressed their wounds. They were able to baptize him, baptize his family and everything. And then they brought them back to the jail. That in itself, them being able to save that person, them being able to save that person's family, allowing them to know who God is, allowing them to be saved, this would not have happened if they were not in jail. This whole situation, so many initiatives, so many ideas, so many things have been born, so many passions have been unlocked and opened because of this pandemic. It has allowed people to think outside the box. If this whole pandemic didn't happen, I don't know if I would have started Faith Fridays already, because it was something I was thinking about, but I was always scared. What if this time of chaos and sadness, what if this time of anxiety, of loneliness, of what if this time of suffering is really going to help somebody, help people to unlock their full potential, in turn be able to help other people? And I'm not saying that this is what it needed for people to wake up, but what if this situation is going to allow people to do things that they would have never even dreamt of? This guy, his family, they would have never known God. They would have never been saved this way if Paul and Silas never got into prison because of something that they didn't even deserve to get into prison for. The interesting part of this story is how it ends. It says here, the jailer said to Paul, the officers have sent an order to let you go for free. You can leave now, go in peace. Paul said to the police, they beat us in public without a trial, even though we are Roman citizens. It be your own people. The people that caused them to do this, they were Romans. And Paul and Silas are Roman citizens. And the way they treated them was not how they would treat their fellow citizens. Like, sometimes it be your own people, and they threw us in jail. Now they want to make us go quietly. No, let them come themselves and bring us out. It's interesting how God works. God always has a way of erasing and redoing things. You don't get to embarrass his children and get away with it. No way. Then it says, the police told the Roman officers what Paul said. When the officers heard that Paul and Silas were Roman citizens, they were afraid. Do you ever think, like, you get treated unfairly in a situation? It's mad. You don't even get to talk. You don't even get to say your piece. It always looks right from their point of view when you haven't opened your mouth. And you're like, cool, say less, say less. Anyway, so they came and told Paul and Silas that they were sorry and took them out of jail and asked them to leave the city. So when they came out of jail, they went to Lydia's house where they saw some of the believers and encouraged them. Then they left. This whole thing, this story really makes me think about how God works in strange ways. He allowed a situation to occur that they didn't even need to be in, but throughout that situation, they saved people, they put people in their place. Like, you don't just get to embarrass me like that. When they left, they saw some believers on the way, encouraged them, and then left. Like, it's just so interesting, the path that God has for you. Things might not have gone to plan. 2020 was supposed to be my year. I mean, it still is. I have life, I have hope, I have strength, I have health. I'm able to do what I want to do, which is make YouTube videos. I work as a nurse, I can help people. Although, like, I didn't get to have my dream destination wedding, by God's grace, that will happen soon. Maybe I'm supposed to help some people on the way. Maybe you're supposed to unlock your passion. Maybe you're supposed to unlock what you're meant to be doing, and you don't know, you might be needed in the bigger picture to help somebody else. In terms of dealing with disappointment, dealing with messing with Corona, messing up our plans, from what I take care is that when Paul and Silas were in prison, Their focus was not on the situation. Their focus was not on the problem. It was on God. They were singing, they were praying. And I'm not saying that at midnight you need to sing and pray. Find something to keep your focus on. Just finding that time to connect with your source, finding your time to connect with God will really help during this time. I haven't been watching the news very often anymore, but when this whole thing started, I was pinned to the news. I was watching it all the time, and all it really did was fill me with anxiety. And I was, instead of focusing on God, focusing on my purpose, focusing on what I could be doing right now, I was focusing on all the negatives. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope that this helped somebody. The next video will be on Monday. That is a clothing haul, so make sure you tune in if you're into fashion, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.